Hello everyone, this is Luc with Engagement Factory, and I wanted to share that we've just released a guide on conversion rate optimization. This guide is full with tips and tricks that help you improve conversions. In this video, I will share 3 tips with you that we've leveraged for many of the customers that we work with. The guide contains 10 tips in total, plus a handy checklist on the factors influencing buying behavior, which I will touch on in a minute. You can get the guide by dropping guide in the comments, and then I will send it to you personally, or leverage the link that you're able to find in the comments to access the page from where you can download the guide. So, conversion rate optimization is about increasing the percentage of people taking a desired action. Most common examples include a newsletter sign-up, to receive promotional updates if you're in B2C, or leaving your email address to get access to a report or white paper if you're in a more business-to-business oriented situation. Further than that, the desired action and the commitment people are willing to make really depends on the product or service you're selling and where your customers are in their journey. Signing up to a 30-day trial is less of a commitment than signing a 6-figure commercial subscription to B2B software. Or, if you are in B2C, understanding where and how you're able to return a pair of jeans that you're about to purchase. In both examples, anxiety affects our buying behavior. And when it comes to conversion rate optimization, it's important to understand the factors that play a role in the consumer's mind. For most of the actions we take, our brains balance our motivation with value and incentive on the one side, and friction and perceived anxiety on the other side. The guide that we've just released contains a great checklist that will help you as a marketeer address these factors. But, as promised, let's give you 3 tips around conversion rate optimization. Tip number 1, speed up your website. This is about removing friction. Here, the back button is really your enemy. Instead of waiting for your site to load, people will navigate back to something more interesting than a page that builds slowly. In fact, with an ever decreasing attention span, your potential customer base will shrink with as much as 7% for every second delay in loading time. So, optimize images. Combine files where you can, enable compression, and choose the right host to speed up your website. Tip number 2, improve your web forms. Long forms are intimidating and irritating. Visitors hate to fill them in and often drop off before finishing the process. To get more leads, get rid of excessive fields. The best option is to go for just the email address. If you need more fields to better segment your audience, consider progressive profiling and try and capture additional data points over several interactions. Tip number 3 relates to removing anxiety. In a test conducted by Mac Labs for a publisher of school books, the publisher was trying to get professors to order sample textbooks. If those professors ended up choosing their books, that resulted in a significant order for them. The copy that they had on the call to actions were for version A, sign in and order a sample. For version B, request a free copy. Any guess on which version generated the higher conversions? Version B. It generated a 132% higher click-through rate. So, one reason is because version B reduced the anxiety for the customer, because order implies making a purchase more than request does. You order at a restaurant or bar, or you order from a catalog, all things that cost money. However, you request information or request a favor from a friend, all things that don't tend to cost money. Order implies making a payment, when in fact there was no payment needed in the next step of this process. Okay, you made it to here in the video, and because of that I'm going to give you a 4th tip, and that is always A/B test. The previous example might have been obvious to you, but please realize that making slight and subtle changes can have a big impact. Where and what copy should you use? Where did the CTA perform best? Should you include more or fewer images? A/B testing answers these questions and more, so use it as much as you can. Test one hypothesis at a time to really get a good feel of what works and what doesn't. So, if you want to hear what other tips we have in store for you and get access to a checklist on the factors that influence buying behavior, get the guide. Drop guide in the comments or use the link provided in the comments. Until next time, this is Luc for Engagement Factory. Go out and convert those leads.